Alright, so we're back for day 2 of live streaming. Tonight I just wanted to kick back with another little comfortable nostalgic thing that I'm familiar with to just kind of mess around with. Not going to do anything too ambitious, but what I want to do is let me bring it up for you. Ta-da! We're going to be playing RuneScape. Not just any RuneScape. This is 2004Scape private server, in which takes a snapshot of RuneScape as it was in 2004. So I started playing RuneScape in 2005, so this is not too far off of being when I began playing. Anyway, first of all, we're going to double check, make sure everything's operating as it should. Alright. So first of all, okay, double checking. Sorry about that. Anyway, let me take this down for a second so that I can log in. I actually haven't tried logging in yet because I kind of wanted to make sure everything was operational first. And so the main reason was so that I can do the tutorial island. Oh, what the heck was that? Oh shoot, really? It disconnected me before I could even decorate my character? What's that crap about? So now I gotta play as this bald idiot here. I was going to do like a whole thing where I like decorate my character like how it was when I first started playing, but you know, it's even on a private server, RuneScape's still RuneScape. So we'll just deal with this for now. You're a new arrival for our land. You've already learned the first thing you need to succeed in this world, talking to other people. Oh, that's like the most difficult thing for me. You'll find many inhabitants of this world useful things to say to you. Blah blah. Hello there. When we get to hear Sea Shanty 2? Oh, trust me, we're gonna hear it. I'll make sure of it before the stream's over with. So for those who don't know, this is Tutorial Island. This is where, especially back in the day and in old school RuneScape these days, every player of RuneScape starts off on Tutorial Island. This is really going to drive me crazy. I'm going to play as the default Bob, as they call him. Whatever. Anyway, everybody does Tutorial Island. It's a nice, fun little nostalgic tutorial. First thing we do, open our tutorial. Learn how to cut down a tree. Let me equip my axe. Can I equip my axe? No, I can't equip it. I just have to do what they tell me. This predates my time playing RuneScape by 1 year, because like I said, I started playing in 2005. There's a story behind that. I found it by accident from another video game forum of a game I was playing at the time, and everybody was talking about free-to-play games. And everybody was talking about, oh, you gotta play RuneScape. Check out RuneScape. I'm like, what is this? It's a free-to-play game, and then next thing I know, like 20 years have gone by, and how much of my life has been absorbed by this godforsaken game. Thanks, Andrew Gower. Hey, we're going to catch some fish. Yep. Mr. Default. We're going to do that? We're not? Oh, I forgot back in this point in time it didn't have the highlight around the items. And we burnt our shrimp. Let's quickly catch some more. I thought about doing old school RuneScape, like just proper, but I thought the 2004Scape would be cool just to kind of see and show how it was back around more or less when I started to play. Excuse me. So we're gonna go through the gate here. Could follow the path, but no, he just likes to go around the long way. Or the short way, rather. What am I saying? Will I take you to Falador? I mean, sure. Trust me, bro. This was before Wilderness, the Wilderness ditch too, so like people would get lured all the time. I'll explain more of that in a bit if anybody wants to know. I remember when I first started playing, I like took this personal, this Master Chef. You call that cooking just some shrimp? No, I'm talking about teaching you how to cook bread. Like, excuse you, butthole. I just got on this island. Oh, I forgot the old bucket texture, man. That's so cool. So you can kind of game this a little bit. The max level you can get on Tutorial Island is 3. Minus the hit points, but you can kind of grind it out and get some early levels, but I'm not going to do that. This is also before Hunter and farming was added, so that's kind of interesting. Here's our music player, newbie melody. And we got some bread. I don't want to keep the burnt shrimp as a reminder of my failures in front of the world. Do a flip. So what can I do? I'll just dance for you guys. How's that? Let's hurry along, Tutorial Island. Let's see when we get off here so we can explore the actual thing. Where'd my music go? Bring the music back. There we go. Actually, where's that? Just keep it on auto. I hope it loops. The loop option wasn't there yet. Open the quest journal. Oh my goodness, I don't mean to keep hunching down. Ah, come on. My nose was itching. Quest journal. What I would like to do if I actually continue to do this beyond tonight is to do all the free-to-play quests, with Dragon Slayer being the grand finale. In fact, on this instance of 2004Scape, there is a free-to-play only one, but this one captures like the members version, so I have access to all the member skills, like agility and herb lore, and thieving. Yeah, there weren't a lot of skills back then. Most of the other skills past that were members only. So we're gonna head down here. Stick Cave. I particularly can't talk. Particularly like this track. This is so nostalgic for me. So I remember staying up late one night in 2005 with my friend, and he was going to move in the coming months, and I was showing how check out this cool game I found, and maybe it's something we can play after you move. And well, like the story goes, we stayed up the night playing it, and by I said we, I mean me playing it as he watched. And because there was only one computer in the house. Also have to let me know if the audio is too loud. But anyway, we checked it out. It wound up being something we played heavily for years, and hadn't talked to him in a while. Maybe one day I should reconnect with him. But more or less what I'm getting at was RuneScape helped keep one of my old childhood friendships alive. Reto, watch for big rats, yeah. Get down with your bets. Yeah, I know how it is with gnats. The gnats will just the gnats having the entire world to fly around in, but they 99% of the time choose to flap your nose and into your ear and all up in your face. Like, really, you have this entire world, you're this tiny little thing, but no, you gotta be all up in my business. Okay, we're going to... I think one of the NPCs calls this a butter knife. It was another time I got insulted. Maybe we talk to Vanica next? The dude's jacked. Oh, there he is. He's called Combat Instructor, but it's anybody who's played RuneScape knows that's Vanica. Do I look like I care? To me, you're just another newcomer who thinks they're ready to fight. I'm Vanica, the greatest swordsman alive, and he is the greatest swordsman because he's holding a two-handed weapon with a shield. So, and the player, nobody can do that with him. Teach you how to wield a weapon. Okay, there's we got our interface. Held our awesome new dagger. Very good, but that little butter knife isn't going to protect you much. Here, take these. Oh, the red outline along the wooden shield, man, that's also before my time. By the time I started playing, that was gone. Instructor be hacking jackets. Okay, let's go in here and kill some giant rats. Like you called it. Get some rats. I'm gonna stab the rat. Pretty sure you can't die on Tutorial Island, so you can just kind of stay here and get your combat stats up. Which I would do, but I'm not going to sit here for however long, just stabbing rats. Bury the bones. And burying the bones is how we get prayer experience, and prayer, which, spoilers, we haven't revealed that part yet. I hope the quality is decent, because yesterday on my Minecraft stream, I thought the quality could have been a little bit better. Oh shoot, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, sorry. Oh, Vanica. I killed a giant rat. You're better at this than I thought. Dude's level 146, he's impressed that I killed a level 3. Okay, now we start the range, get some... when he gives you these 50 errors here, I thought I was being smart one time when I made my second RuneScape account. I just kept dropping them and talking to him again. Like this here. So if you talk to him again, he won't give you any if you, come on. So he'll give you an extra 50. So I kept thinking, I'm going to game the system, and I think I picked up like 1,000 arrows or something, or however many it would let you. But it doesn't matter because it's all tutorial island and it doesn't stay there in your inventory when you leave. So it was all for nothing. And we'll kill another rat again. Master Splinter is angry. It's not a Western RPG unless the first enemy you kill is a rat. Yeah, pretty much. Like Korean MMOs, you pretty much always kill like some happy little slime as your first thing, but Western MMOs, it's always a rat. Jane is mad. I don't give a rat's... Give a rat's what, Wise? Go on, explain yourself. It sounds nothing like Jane, but you get what I'm getting at. Check to access your bank account. Oh, we're rich. Okay, so we're not going to worry about this too much because it's not, I'm not going to bank anything there because it's not really much importance. Hello, who are you? Financial advisor. Okay, yeah. I'm going to read all this. Something I like to do, it's completely pointless, but since you can never return to a tutorial land unless you make a new character, I like going up these weird little rooms that, like, nobody in existence ever goes to. Like, whoever, like, comes up here and just, like, stands here, like, I'm easily amused. Seriously, you guys have to let me know if the quality looks too blurry or whatever. I can't really tell without bringing it up on my end, and then the audio will echo like crazy. Anyway, let's head back out here. We're gonna go to church now. We're just gonna get lured. My name's Valera. Good day, my brother. Oh, well, it's... I'd blame that on the 2004Scape, but it's also kind of like really nostalgic RuneScape experience. It's just connection lost constantly. So here's our prayers. So the first prayer we get, increase your defense by 5% all the way up here. Oh man, this is before Redemption and Smite and everything got added too. There's a whole lot more prayers in actual OSRS and RuneScape 3 these days. Again, you have to remember this is a private server based on the 2004 version. Anyway, see up here at the top you get protect from melee, missiles, and magic. Those are really crucial in this game because some things you really want to use that for to protect yourself and defeat bosses and such, which there weren't a lot of bosses in this instance. I think the only boss back this time was probably the King Black Dragon. I don't think Calphite Queen was added yet. And everybody who hasn't played RuneScape before is like, what the heck is he talking about? But yeah, this is a very very old version of the game, but it's nostalgic for me. Okay, so we're gonna leave church now. Actually, it's like a weird little song. Let's see, can you do it up here? It's like this is like the only place on the game that you can hear this. Is it playing? Oh, hear it? The church organs. I'm like almost certain this is the only place in the game you can hear this music track, and it's not like an actual music track. It's just like a random little Easter egg for dummies like me who decide to come up here. Anyway, that's just a fun little tidbit. Okay, that's nice and all, but I kind of want to go back to newbie melody. There we go. Phantom of the Opera Tower, Ganondorf. Maybe that was me playing my own theme song that time. Someone's gonna come and fight me and I'm just up in the church playing. Just like Ganondorf playing his own theme. So here's another part of the game I tried to take advantage of, is these runes that you need to cast spells for magic. I stocked up on a bunch of these with the drop trick like I showed earlier with the arrows, but again, it doesn't matter because it really drives me crazy because in OSRS, when you click a spell or an item or something, it puts a white outline around it. And now this, the only way you know is up here in the top left if you have it selected or not. So we're going to shoot a chicken. Oh, I forgot about that old sound effect. Because I didn't shoot the chicken that had the arrow on it, didn't count. And the chicken's dead, so we can't loot it. Well, you're finished here. I'll get a reasonable amount of runes when you leave. Want to go to the mainland? I suppose so. There's not much else to do here. I mean, you can look around some more, but I want to get into the meat of the game. Oh, this old cobblestone texture. And oh my gosh, my nose won't stop itching. Anyway, this old cobblestone texture. There's man. Hans. And so it's really driving me crazy I have to play as a default character. I look like a bot. I look just like a bot. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pickpocket a man and we get 3 GP out of it. Yay! We can buy absolutely nothing with that. Actually, we probably could buy a bucket, but no, we don't need that. We already got one. Okay, so default reminds me of Steve if he went bald. Yeah, I think a lot of people, because of a YouTube series back in the day, a lot of people call this default model Bob. It's like an unofficial name. I don't think Jagex ever gave him a name. It's just how he's called. I suppose while we're here, we might as well do the quintessential first quest. Oh my god, this really takes me back. You can't even bring up the quest journal once you start the quest, man. This is so... You kind of forget how much quality of life was added over the years. But Cook's Assistant's pretty straightforward. Anybody who hasn't played RuneScape knows it's mandatory to go onto the south side of the castle and go upstairs. This is like only like psychopaths go up the northern room. But we gotta go this way anyway to talk to the chef. What am I to do? Wait, what was that? What am I to do? Well, you could give me all your money. Haha, very funny. Are we getting a connection? Oh god. I think that's gonna be a trend for this. It might dampen my enjoyment. It's not my connection. My connection's fine. I hadn't had any drop frames. You can give me your money. Very funny. Okay, so he's not gonna start the quest unless I just take it seriously. What's wrong? Oh dear, it's a terrible mess. It's the Duke's birthday today. It's meant to be. I meant to be making him a big cake for this evening. Unfortunately, I've forgotten to buy some of the ingredients. I'll never get them in time now. I don't suppose you could help me. Yes, I'll help you. Oh, thank you. I need milk, egg, and flour. I'll be grateful if you can get them to me. How they recreated the experience while they include the connection issues. Yeah, for real, man. That's... Even nowadays in like proper OSRS, like the official servers, it's kind of like disconnects are kind of like a meme. But back then, like, you have to consider back when I first played this, I was still on dial-up. So, yeah, that was a thing. Do I have access to the... See, even now I don't have access to the question. I was really just flying by the seat of our pants back then. But we need flour, egg, and milk. I don't think dairy cows were a thing yet, so I think you could just use the bucket on any cow. I don't mean to keep sticking my arm up like that. Look at the cows! Oh, this is like... They're kind of cool looking. No, we need the bucket. Use the bucket on the cow. We got some milk. Oh god, that music's so nostalgic. You have no idea the amount of nostalgia. It like makes me want to cry. There's a goblin. So Cook's assistant. Oh my god, look at the old imp texture. Nowadays they're like actual proper like imps, but this is like a little dude. It's like just a little dude. Stab him. This is what I remember when I first started playing it that night when I said it. Me and my friend were checking this game out. We clicked on an enemy like, wow, the combat's so exciting. Like sarcastically. But who was the Jagex got the last laugh on that because we kept playing. Okay, so I'm not gonna bother to traverse that just to kill it. Actually, can I cross this yet? You're gonna die! You brought a pillow. We used dial-up because it was more resting instead of browsing, yeah. I remember playing games on dial-up back in the day. Like Command and Conquer, for example. And, every once in a while, somebody would try to call. Particularly my uncle had a way of brute forcing his way through the phone line. This is taking quite a while. But I'd be like in the middle of a big like Command and Conquer game, like about to finish off. Ooh, upgrade! We got a wizard hat from that. Look at us! I can't zoom in on this. Anyway, I'd like be in the middle of like a Command and Conquer game online, and then all of a sudden the phone starts ringing, and I'm like, really? And then it's my uncle calling, and he like spends like half an hour on the phone. So that was like really annoying. All the while my friend's on the other side, like wondering where the heck I went and why I'm not coming back. Is you sometimes forget how lucky we have it now. I'm sure some people probably still use dial-up, but you know, for the time though, it worked. You had a phone call coming. It's time to get off. Yeah, that was. You get off certain times of day because you're expecting certain calls, and you had to plan around that. It is what it is. 5 minutes later, I need a phone and a techno screech. Yeah, that's oh yeah, and, you're right. That's Fashionscape, as everybody calls it. I'll cover my bald head with the wizard hat. Are you a wizard now? I mean, I guess. I hope you're a wizard, Harry. I don't mean to be walking so slow. I have no run energy left. In OSRS now we got like what's called the graceful outfit, which helps lower your carried weight and also increases your run energy restoration. And you also increase your agility level to run more, but for now it's really slow to recover run energy. What I just did there, I put some wheat into the hopper and grind it up, which we should be able to come down here and grab our pot. Did I get disconnected again? Are you serious? It ate my wheat. Buh. Okay, we're back up to the hopper again. I was sitting there thinking ahead of time, like, I'm gonna do like a whole series on this where I beat Dragon Slayer with a cube. I'll be fighting Elvarg the Dragon. Spoilers. And then just get a connection loss. I don't know if it's the channel I chose or if that's just how this goes. That said, if people did want to see me play more RuneScape, I'd probably just switch over to a fresh OSRS account. Maybe like an Iron Man account, which is where you can't trade anybody and you're kind of limited. But it makes the game more fun because you can't just like speed your way through everything. Only a long-time RuneScape player would think, wow, I'd like to make this grind take even longer. It'll be more fun that way. Let's go back down. Wait, I do have the pot of flour. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, we only have one computer too, so especially early on when we first started getting the computer and the internet and everything, it was like you would be in the middle of something, somebody else wanted to use it. So you didn't have your own personal computer. So you just had to, when somebody walked in the room, especially your parents or older sibling or anything, it's like, well, guess that's it. They just stand there and it ends. Spoilers! Oh, that joke will never get old. Fun. quote big old quotes around fun. Yeah, you have to understand that to enjoy RuneScape, you have to have a pretty one of the prerequisites is you have to be kind of like depressed or autistic or something. That's not me being mean. That's literally a lot of the player base will admit that. And that, or I'm gonna get canceled now. Either have to have some kind of like thing like that, or you have to have a severe Stockholm syndrome, or like a mix of both. So yeah, when I mentioned the grind's taking a lot longer and being more fun, then yeah, I kind of self-reported myself. I mean, heck, look at me. I had no room to talk about anybody else because I'm playing this stupid game 20 years after. You have to dislike touching real grass in sunlight. I mean, yeah. Pretty much. Anyway, I think this is everything that we need. There's a dear boy at that. Yeah, I mean... Speaking of which, I know my big old antlers are covering the inventory. I hope that's not a problem. I could always, like, shift up over the minimap or something. For now, we just got, like, runes and stuff like that. We gotta walk all the way back to the Cook and Lumbridge. Sorry, I don't even have a world map on here. Back in the day, if you wanted to bring up the RuneScape world map, it wasn't an in-game thing like it is on OSRS. You had to like bring up a JPEG and then kind of match yourself to the image and try to figure out where you are and where you're going. Pretty sure on OSRS these doors are always open. Oh god, the stupid random events. That's a swarm random events, like a swarm of insects that just come and start biting your ass. You think that's the same with Fallout player base? I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I think that's I think it's like cool. Everybody's got their own thing that brings them joy. Milk, flour, and an egg. I'm safe, thank you. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's me, Mario! Type of voice for that. Anyway, we just completed the hardest quest in the game. No, oh, I love this old UI. We can reward 1 quest point. We get nothing else. Oh, we got 4 cooking levels. Sweet. Yeah, we're totally gonna get the quest cape. He's playing Fallout 4 10 years. Yeah, man. I just bought the Oblivion remaster the other day, and that came out 20 years ago. 20-year-old game remastered. So I feel the same way. I feel like half the time I love a lot of new games that come out, but then I end up playing these ones that are like ancient. And people say, oh, you just have rose-tinted glasses, it's just nostalgia. And then you actually sit down and play these games and you remember, well, aside for the connection loss there, it's like, wow, these games really were great as I remember. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with Oblivion so far. I love the game back in the day. Back in the day, I had a different outlook on playing it. Where I would fast travel everywhere. I'm just like, oh, the quest leads here, so let me just teleport there. And it kind of worked to my advantage in the long run, because what that means was I didn't really savor Oblivion as heavily as I should have back then. So now that I have the remaster, I can really soak in all the things that I missed out on, along with the nostalgia of the things that I knew from back then. So that's really cool to me. Oh my gosh, this music. And the game looks gorgeous too, and it runs pretty well, things considered. We're gonna kill a chicken here. Welcome to RuneScape, everybody! So, if you want to know what it's like to play RuneScape, you just do this for several hours straight. Actually, the wizard head might be messing up my melee bonus. We'll take our fashion scape off for a moment. So if I did do more of this, I'd probably do a lot of this off screen. It has money for Khajiit. Khajiit has wares if you have coin. I can't do a Khajiit voice. I need to practice some more voices, that'd be fun. I promise it gets way better than this. Like, the thing is, I'm using a bronze sword with like, this is my accuracy, is just like +4, it's nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna grab that. Feathers are useful because, yeah, there's fletching in this. You can use them to make arrows, or you can also use them to fish. I need an iron dagger. I'm glad you said that, because I actually took a screenshot the other day. I saw an iron dagger in Oblivion. I'm like, hey, look, it's the meme weapon. Oh, I actually cooked our chicken successfully. I can cook herring now. Can I actually bring up the, yeah, oh man. In 2005, whenever they added the thing where you could click these and it would show you the stuff and it'd pop up with the menu with all the different items you could equip, I'd sit there and look at like rune and dragon equipment. And like fantasize about having that one day. So I'd kill some more chickens, but I can wait for now because that takes a little while. We are almost actually wait. Let's get a level up. Don't worry about sea shanty too. I'll get there. I was gonna go to Varrock, but I'll go to Port Sarim instead. I just killed a couple of chickens. So remember getting a dragon med helm. Yay, level 2 attack. We're getting stronger. A dragon med back in the day and think it was a full dragon, then you get a true full dragon. Yeah, the dragon full helm when that came out was just so cool looking, and RuneScape 3 kind of butchered it. I mean, they do have the nostalgic thing where you can get the old school look of it. I think it's still expensive in OSRS too, but it's... I think you got it from 99 Fishing, didn't you? Hey, give me just 1 second. I need to check something. I'll check my settings on something here real fast. I'll bring it back up in just a second. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay, coming back now. Sorry about that. I had to double check something in my YouTube settings. Let's bury these bones. How about let's get the level 3 attack and then I'll head to Port Sarim. Man. What people would usually do in OSRS to skip past this the slow... Yeah, speaking of Elder Scrolls, it's kind of how it feels when you first start playing Morrowind. You kind of just like stabbing to no avail. But yeah, what people would usually do in oh god. It's gonna get really annoying. That's not my fault, I promise. Otherwise the stream would be going down too. They would do... Which... Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart now. What was the quest? Oh Lord have mercy, that's embarrassing. Was it the... No. Anyway, whatever quest it was, it might not even be in this, or I'm looking past it. But there was a quest where when you, I'm just gonna leave and head to Port Sarim. There was a quest that when you finish it, you get a huge attack boost, and I think strength boost too. Thing is, it's kind of a tricky quest because you gotta, if you do it at level 3, which is the you can't see it on here, but I'm level 3 right now, probably level 4. You have to walk through these giants that are way stronger than you, so you gotta be careful. But if you slip your way through untouched and don't take any damage and complete the quest, you'll get like boosted immediately from the EXP reward to 35 attack, or somewhere up in the 30s, and 30 strength. So it skips all of the early game grind. Wait, no, it was Waterfall Quest. Waterfall Quest, yeah, it's on here. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't feel like having to do all that. That'll take some preparation. But yeah, a lot of people do that to skip the grind because it boosts their stats up so high. It gives a lot of EXP because I think Jagex assumed that you were going to be a higher level when you did it. Did it let you know you Earth orbit? And unfortunately, no. I wish it did. Should I cook my chickens, but it'll be okay. Actually, we're gonna bump into something up ahead, which is also like a source of... There's a couple of childhood meme enemies that we'll bump into. Oh, start. This is probably one of my favorite RuneScape tracks of all time. Anyway. I hope that's not too loud. Track seems substantially louder. Where is he? There's usually a highwayman here. And he'll usually... Oh, there he is. I wanted to say the thing. If we kill him, we get a cape. Stand and deliver! See, we're kind of weak. No. See, back in this version of RuneScape, if you died, you drop everything that you have on the floor except for your 3 most rare items. If we could kill him, we could take his cape. What do you think? Think I can do it? I'm not so sure. I'm probably going to get, like, disconnected. Oh, it's not looking good. He's like 2 levels higher than me. No, I should have cooked my other chickens. No, that's no bueno. We'll avenge ourselves sometime. I wanted to shank him, but is there a stove nearby? I could like cook something. No, what am I doing? I could just do this. Actually, I'll have a higher burn rate if I do this, but... This also gets faster the higher level you are. Oh, that old log texture. That's something. Let's light ourselves a fire. It takes forever. Fire, please. Yeah. You had this track saved to your playlist too? Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot how much level 1 fire making sucks. When you get like up a few levels, you can just like make trails of fires and... Oh yeah, in this you had to like individually click each piece of meat. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Oh, I know what I could have done. I could have just shot him. I only got 25 arrows though. Let's see if we can deal some damage to him. I like how it's shooting iron arrows even though I have bronze equipped, go figure. Oh, we're chipping away at him. See what happens when common sense kicks in? And the goblin's just like hanging out. Ugly green creature. Other thing about RuneScape is you can examine everything. So he holds up passers-by. Beautiful old oak. Even this bush here, all the leaves have fallen off. Some of these are like really funny. And some of them are just kind of random. Probably about to run out of arrows. A lot of them are on the floor though. At least we get some range XP out of this. Will our last arrow hit? No, it will not. Let's quickly pick up the arrows that didn't break. Hello? Alright, let's finish him now. Let's shank this dude. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. We're just stabbing each other in the gut, hitting zeros. We need one more hit. There we go. And look, this is exactly why I wanted to, exactly why I wanted to kill him. We get some more fashionscape. Look at that, we got our first cape on the account. Using butter knives, yeah, pretty much. Oh, look at this. I look like such a Chad right now. You have no idea. Dude, I go like straight back to Lumbridge and flex on everybody that I killed the highwayman. I'm pretty sure I was like that, a long time ago, where I'm like, dude, I actually got strong enough to kill the highwayman, because I think I might have died to him once. I got like too ambitious, and he stabbed me to death. This is Drainer Village. It's a fun little place. When I first played Animal Crossing back in the day, I wound up naming my first town. Can you feel that? We got a bank here. Access my bank account, please. Can I? Oh my god. Wait, oh, I forgot about that. Let's put some of this stuff in here. We're not going to use these runes right now. I guess put those in there. I forgot about the use quickly thing, so we'd have to skip the dialogue. Anyway, what I was saying, my first Animal Crossing town named Draenor, after Drainer Village here. I remember about this place spending hours cutting those willow trees, and there's dark wizards down there, and that's the other meme enemy, the Noob Slayer. Everybody at RuneScape has died to those at least once. There's especially a bad area north of Lumbridge where we were at earlier. But I'm going to give you guys what you want. Give me just a second. Through this gate up here, and to the south. It's the place we've all been waiting for. Is night down here? I can go check. Hang on. We're not quite there yet. Oh, I like this track. I say about every one of them. Here we go! Get ready! Dude, even non-RuneScape players know this track. This track has got like millions of views on YouTube. Everybody talks about what a jam it is. Oh, this track is just classic. This is like the point when you get in RuneScape, where you get there and you hear this, like, yep, this is my game. And the best part is we have Sea Shanty 2 unlocked on our music player now. All the tracks that are in red are places we hadn't been yet. So now we got that, we can actually put Sea Shanty 2 on manual. So whenever we go, we can listen to Sea Shanty 2 as much as we want. There's the Monks of Entrana. They're a bunch of hippies, we have to bank all our weapons and armor before we can go to their island. Anyway, while we're here, I'll show you guys where Sea Shanty 2 is played at. Tiny doing red vibing, yeah, it's another imp. Those imps are so funny looking, and OSRS nowadays, the imps look like actual little imps, but the imps back in this time, literally looks just like a little dude in red. It's like a little tiny man running around. Garrett. So yeah, you can buy all kinds of fishing bait, feathers, and fishing supplies. You can sell your fish here if you want. Because and RuneScape now, there's a thing called the Grand Exchange where you kind of, it's an automated thing, you put your items in there, and if somebody buys them, it's like a generalized thing, you put your items up for sale, and if somebody puts in an offer for the item for the same amount you buys and all that. So it makes selling things very convenient. But back in the day, you either had to go sit up in Varrock or Falador and spam in the chat, like, do like that, like just like selling whatever you're selling, you type it over and over, and there'd be tons of people there and a lot of competition, and you have somebody next to you selling something 1 GP cheaper just to get the trade first. Or you could have to sell at the shops, which is what I did like the first month of me playing. And then I found out you could like trade other people. Look at that cabbage, it looks so different. And like, so I think in my first month of playing, I made like 20k GP. And then I realized you can kill cows and sell the cow hides to people training crafting for like 100 coins each. I'm like, oh dude, I'm gonna be rich. Oh, let's play She Santy, come back. Didn't tell you could stop playing. Where does this go? Come on. No. There you go. Okay, this is funny because this would usually have a boat to the Void Knight outpost, which is where you play the pest control minigame, but again, I know a lot of people here probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's usually a boat that's down there that leads to a minigame, and of course this is way before that was added. Down here is a prison. There's a bunch of goblins over here and another rat. There should be a church up here. See, we went walking all that time. We're only at 94% run energy. And when you use your prayers, it's also annoying not having the prayers on the thing here where you can easily see what everything is. Played hardcore back then. You had to go to the stats menu to see what your HP and prayer was. But that's how you recharge your prayer level, your prayers. So it'll diminish over time the longer you have them up. There's some rats. We'll superimpose a little sea captain's hat on your head like you're the tiny cowboy. Actually, give me just a second. This may be wind up being scuffed as hell. Give me just a second. Oh my god, Google Images sucks nowadays. Let's see, which one? I have to keep the game active or else it'll log me out. Let me... give me just a second. One moment. Let me go back here. Let me poof away for just a second. I'll be right back. How do I do this? Whoa, no. One moment. This is so scuffed. This is not what I wanted to do. Oh my gosh. All I wanted to do was do a silly little thing. Oh my god, this is so scuffed. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Can I make this work? Come on. Oh, this is a lot more tedious than the other thing. Okay. I'm back. Hope I didn't get logged. Oh crap, I got logged out. Let me log back in real quick. And we back. Let me switch back over Sorry how scuffed that was. You logged in early today. Are you ready, noobs? Okay, so I'm just gonna sport the pirate hat. Scuff stream, but you know, we're learning. That's what I had to do though. I had to go underneath my desk to find my pirate hats. I knew I had one around here somewhere, and luckily I found it. I forget what. Oh, this is the jewelry shop. I don't know what Grum. See, it's always enticing amulets, but they never come in stock. You can sell things here, but no matter what, these will never show up in stock for you to actually buy them. So that's always a tease. Oh, thank you. I think it looks good on me too. Hangs on pretty nicely. Oh, it's another player. Bindi. Level 66, Bindi. Hi, Bindi. You probably never see us in your entire life, but you're on stream right now. Hi. This is the Balak shop here. I'm taking my time here just to let Sea Shanty play. And also show you guys what Port Sarum is like. Small town like most of them, but... Excuse order Bindi. So this is another tease with these. Actually, the bigger tease was the scimitar shop in the desert. I'll probably check that out before I wrap things up later. Okay, I'm probably gonna go a wonky way around. I'm gonna go check out Remington next. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm not really doing any skilling or questing. I'm just kind of walking around. I mean, I could stab some more chickens if that'll make things more exciting. Oh. I think the hat looks pretty nice. See my hat? Look at it. Look at my hat. There's a mine down here. It's so weird because I'm so used to the things from RuneScape that weren't here in 2004. You make chicken sandwiches out of them? Yeah, man. I'll be the what could we call them? Valera fried chicken, VFC, Valera Jangles. Does it keep disconnecting me? I feel like OBS like crapped out just then too. I'm sorry guys if this is like the extremely scuffed stream. Down here should be the Witch's Poaching quest. I forgot what I need. I think I need like an Eye of Newt and like a rat's tail. Let's talk to Hetty. Oh my god. I'm in search of a quest. I think I got something for you. Become proficient in dark arts? Help me become one with my darker side. You'll need certain ingredients. What do I need? An eye of newt, rat's tail, an onion, and a piece of burnt meat. Okay, this is starting to concern me as I'm wondering if my connection is crapping out, because I keep seeing OBS be weird, so I'm sorry if you're like seeing lots of stutters. Really have to walk I thought that was a carpet. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. Beware those who share the memory. Okay, we got a rat's tail. What the heck is this? Why am I moonwalking? What did I just have happen? Bruh. Seriously? Oh, okay. What was that? Jackson's Gate now, yeah. I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna get the. I can get the Eye of Newt. And yeah, you okay? Oh, there's an onion right there. Grab an onion. There should be an Eye of Newt in that one shop, but I didn't bring my coins with me. Let's get Sea Shanty 2 back on now since the music stopped. There was a moonwalk glitch that you could do sometimes if you'd like clicked on an NPC and something else at the same tick. It would your character would try to face that NPC, but it would keep walking. So they would like moonwalk in the opposite direction. The explanation made no sense. The dude's just probably sitting in the shop buying all the runes. OBS's thing is no dropped frames, so I don't know what the deal is. So I apologize if the connection keeps cutting out. But yeah, the Genesis version of Beat It, yeah. There's an imp. I'm gonna go grab my coins. I probably should go back and kill a cow. And burn some meat. If I can. I'm gonna grab a log instead. Ahead of time. Man, I get so used to having higher levels where things go a whole lot faster than this. Okay, I guess that one's sound effect's not there. Yay, level 2 woodcutting. Let's go grab our coins. We'll go grab an Eye of... No, actually, let me go kill the cows first, and I'll grab the coins, then go get an Eye of Newt, because we gotta pass that shop on the way back to Hetty anyway. Or I could just go and show one of the towns. I see if the Black Knight's here like you asked. The disconnect, yeah, that's the Black Knight right there. I really wish, of course, I should have known my connection would be stupid. So I really hope it's not constantly cutting out on the YouTube end, but it is what it is. I can't do much about it. Let's see. 2 gnats. Man, they won't leave you alone, will they? 2? 2 of them. Love that one meme with the cats. 2 of them. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry for going a little quiet there. I was double checking something. Yeah, it seems the stream's like chopping up on my end. Like when I when disconnected, like it leaves a stutter in the video, so that's a bit annoying, but it's not like I'm like doing like a big huge thing here. 2 of them? The duel requests is crazy. I don't think you could do duels in public at this point in time. I kind of want to complete the Witch's Potion quest, but at the same time I kind of want to just go to Varrock and then Falador and... What do you think I should do? Should I finish the quest or should I go show you guys the other cities? I can't show you all of them because it would take a whole lot of walking and I'd have to navigate the White Wolf Mountain to get to some of them. Let's go back on auto and just let it play as we go. Wah. I'll tell you what, I'll cook a few pieces of meat, and if they don't burn like they should, I'll just go continue exploring. Oh, come on, I hate walking in this. So right now we're gonna stab a cow. Quite damn you. Dude, this cow's kicking my ass. What is this? So if I die to a cow, I'm just going to like end the stream. Man, thrilling as you seek combat. See some chicken. Come on. Drop a steak. I want to burn your meat. Okie doke. You're fighting Otis from Barnyard, pretty much. Okay, let's see if we can burn him. I think I light the stupid fire first. Oh, come on, can I not? Okay, good, I can burn it. I had to have that as a fail-safe in case you get too high level. And where you can no longer burn the meat. Rank. So we have the burnt meat, the onion, and the rat's tail. All we need is the eye of newt. I'm gonna need to figure out why it's disconnecting so much. It's kind of weird. It wasn't doing that at all until I played this. Because I know it's like the game's doing it, but then OBS keeps like crapping out too, and it kind of has me concerned, but I streamed last night and it didn't have any issues, so it's hard to say what the issue is. Okay, that's really annoying. Leela! I think she's part of a quest. Prince Alley Rescue, I think? Okay, let's grab our huge cash stack here. I don't know how much Eye of Newt costs, I forget. I think it's like 2 coins or something. We'll grab one, we'll finish Witch's Potion, then we'll take you to Falador. I'll save a little bit of run energy just in case we start getting clapped by a highwayman. Just like that. That should be interesting up there, because this is where like one of the main farming patches is at after the farming update, but this was way before that. Bruh, leave me alone. Let's head down to the rune shop. I guess the dude's just still in there buying runes like crazy. Is it still the same dude? How much? 3 GP? Okay, I was 1 coin off. Okay, well, that should be all we need. We'll leave Bendy to keep buying out all the runes. Whatever the heck he's doing. For all I know, he's probably a bot. I don't know. Sorry, Bendy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for accusing you. Let's run down here real quick. I'll drop off the quest items, and then we'll go to Falador. And I guess Varrock, or there's other places I can stop along the way. This is a very action-packed stream. It's more so reliving nostalgia and looking around the game as it was in 2004. So that's... Oh, come on. It's so goofy. Thanks for the potion. I have everything. Excellent. A drink from the cauldron, and we're finished Witch's Potion. We've completed 2 quests on this stream. The reason I did that is now we have level 4 magic. Did we unlock anything? We unlocked Confuse. RuneScape Bad Connection. I mean, that's just kind of RuneScape in general as the Bad Connection edition. It could partially be me too, because like I said, OBS cut out sometimes, so you probably noticed that. And it keeps saying I don't have a, the bit rate's lower than it should be, so I don't know what that's about. kind of pretty scuffed, but you know, it's part of the RuneScape experience. Okay. I became distracted because I was looking at my phone trying to double check some things. Actually, I was looking at a replay of the stream to see how it looks when that disconnects. Okay. Anyway. Oh, I remember this. I remember my mom liked this track a whole lot. Because I had the computer speakers blasting, and when I was training rune crafting, and this would start playing da 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 da, and she'd hum along with it. Is the Earth Altar even here? Yeah, that's where you make air runes at. Did I call it the Earth Altar? Seriously? My god. What kind of noob am I? Everything about the stream scuffed. I've had the itchiest nose this whole time. There's a little red dude again. 2 of them! 2! Anyway, yeah, there's not much over there. Let's head in there. Some guards, level 21. They're just here to protect the city unless I start stabbing them. Oh, I love this. Fanfare. There's a story with this. I remember one time my friend was on the phone. He had high-speed internet, and I didn't yet. So he called me, and he had asked me if I wanted to get on RuneScape, and I could hear that music there in the background through his phone. I was like, "Oh, you're in Falador right now," and he was like, "You play this game way too much." Oh yeah. Oh, let me check over here. I think is this before? This is way before the party room was added to Falador. Oh my god, now I'm bumping the microphone. God, that freaking scuff stream. Yeah, for real, and that's just a whole world to fly around in. But they choose to fly up in our business. What was up here? This was before the party room got relocated. I want to check this out because I remember seeing pictures of this place and I completely forgot it existed. I am barely breathing. Oh, man. This is wild because like in OSRS this is the party room. The party room is where you put stuff in a chest and pull a lever and it makes like a bunch of balloons fall from the sky. Inside of the room, and you pop them and people have a chance to get some items from it. Eventually that got moved here in the live game. This is how it looked before then. This is pretty cool. Not much in here. What's this over here? I'm supposed to be able to zoom out. Like I said, if I ever do actual like RuneScape stuff on here, if anybody ever wants to see more of that for some reason after this mess of a stream, then I will do OSRS proper. Oh man, this is a nice bedroom actually. Very minimal, but I mean you got your, what you got here? You got some towels, a bowl, some water. You got 6 suits of armor because every bedroom needs a 6. Oh god, that just disconnected again. Okay, now we're downstairs. Peter uses a shotgun to shoot, or a rifle or shotgun to shoot a fly. It reminds me of that episode of Dexter that I love so much, where Dexter's trying to sleep, and it cuts to where the birds are chirping outside while Dexter's actually finally asleep. And then Dee Dee's like, "Hey you birds, Dexter's trying to sleep," and then a second later, you hear her shooting the birds, and Dexter's like traumatized in his bed from all the noise. It's so warped. That's one of my favorite scenes from Dexter. Both of my favorite scenes from Dexter are like both morbid, because you got the one with Dee Dee shooting the birds off screen, and then you got the one where they go to the carnival, and Dexter's mom asks like, "Are you sure it's safe, dear?" And he's like, oh sure, there's no safer rides than carnival rides. And it pans over to the background, you see a roller coaster flying off the rails and everybody falls off. It's so messed up, but it's... Oh, my nose. I have the itchiest nose in the world right now. Bruh, I'm... You know what? I'm tired of even talking about the disconnects. Oh yeah, the poor TV when he ate the burrito and thought he was going to die, but all he had to do was just have this atomic, galactic fart into his TVs. I swear to God, I'm going to be doing tests tomorrow to see why this is like it is. I feel like half of it's the game because it wasn't doing this yesterday or any other time I've done tests. Can I pickpocket? No, screw that. Up there's Goblin Village. I don't feel like going up there because the disconnects are getting on my nerves. Did you say snowballs? They called me champ. Back when I had the gift. Dexter's dad's so dramatic with that. Like that was his like whole personality when he was younger. Was his snowball prowess. The Florida Everglades. Dexter's secret. Are you sneaking up on me? I'll do the parrot episode. Oh, there's another player. CFF4E7LF4. How are you doing? That's a mouthful. Did you hear that little when I was a kid, when I heard that thing for the first time? I kept checking because I thought my computer was freezing up. Disconnect scape. Are you serious? The glitch was just part of the music. I'm gonna bop you. Are you sneaking up on me? Get out, get out, get out! Dad crawls away. I'm sorry. Dude, Dexter's Lab has the first 2 seasons of Dexter Lab had just comedic genius. Justice Fruit Pies. I hate that they when Chris Savino took over, that he didn't keep the Justice Friends and dial them from Lucky, but especially the Justice Friends. That was just such a fun cartoon to have like inserted in the middle of the episodes. I miss when cartoons in general would do that. Like you'd have the main cartoon, and in between you'd have like a mini show, like Justice Friends or Super Secret Squirrel, and stuff like that. Nowadays they don't do that. It's like I don't know why. I thought Loud House should have done that with Casagrandes, but you know that didn't happen. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. TV Puppet Pals, lots of fun for guys and gals. There's so many memeable moments from that show, it's crazy. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Crunk want Puppet Pals. What was that when Major Glory showed up when Dexter made his own Major Glory action figure and he flies off? It's like, get ready, Dexter, we're going to be someone far more powerful than I am. And Dexter's like, who is that? It's my attorney. He was going to sue Dexter for making unofficial toys. It's very much a Major Glory move. I keep thinking I see Nets too, but it's just like dust. You'd think I never use this desk for how dusty it is. I'll dust it off and then like next thing I know it's dusty again. Oh my god. Spirit. This track. Blissful nostalgia. This was like the first main city that anybody really gets to in RuneScape is Varrock. It's kind of like a hub city, and then like the main OSRS up there, that's where the Grand Exchange is. And back in the day, this is where everybody would kind of convene to sell their items. They'd kind of like pour out of the bank and out in this field here and talk about how they're selling lobsters and logs and all that kind of fun stuff. And this is back before they put the walkway through the fountain. So this is like the old school fountain here. There's a statue up there. I'm trying to think of some other Dexter moments. But yeah, that parrot episode is just like absolutely hysterical. Oh, you know another one I like a lot is when Dee Dee becomes a car. It is just so unhinged. She's like driving all around like through a toy store and everything, and then they like... Was that the one where it's like they do a parody of Speed where they fly off of the highway? And then like the car poops her out at the end and she's like, I guess I wasn't out of gas after all. And everybody laughs. Anyway, this is the rock here. I swear I saw something flashing. Anyway, this is like really nostalgic. These plate buys didn't have this little glove sleeve thing back in the day. How much are these? Can I afford one? 160 GP. Oh, the Speed Racer parody. That was... And what was funny, when that episode premiered, I was already familiar with Speed Racer because it was starting to air on Cartoon Network in the 90s. That was the very first anime I ever saw. And so when I started seeing Speed Racer parodies, and shows like that, I was just like, this is so cool. This is so awesome. I love that in like the Hanna-Barbera days when they would like always reference their other shows. Like when Scooby-Doo was in Johnny Bravo. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the Speed Racer parody of Dexter, that was a fun one. Racer D! The Mandark's somebody I wish I could do an impersonation of because he's got such a funny voice. And that laugh too. Talk about parodies though, I didn't really like Dexter very much after Chris Savino took over, but one episode that I did like was when he did a Way Out Wacky Races parody, and it had a lot of the legacy characters from Dexter's Lab and all in their own vehicles and everything, and it was a whole lot of fun. The fan fiction episode? Which one was the fan fiction episode? You remember Kusi? Kusa la Goopa Goop. La La Vava. Oh yeah, I remember her. That was so funny because Dee Dee and La La Vava kind of realized they had a lot in common and stopped fighting, but meanwhile their brother I think they mutually agreed that their brothers were annoying, and they bonded over the fact their brothers were annoying. I'm trying to remember what you mean by the fanfiction episode, though. I feel like I should know. The Chris Savino era gave us the ever so exciting Dad cartoon. Oh my god. Last time they aired the Dad cartoon on Checkered Past, they're just standing there. It was like the animation budget ran out. They're just standing there swinging a stupid golf club, staring at it while Dee Dee and Dexter stand there soullessly. And then it starts to rain and they leave. Like, well, better luck next time. You know who did that kind of concept way better was Genndy Tartakovsky, as always, with the fishing episode where Dad was like, I guess we'll have to try again tomorrow. They keep trying to beat the other people to the lake. That was another funny episode. All the funny stuff on Dexter was usually something morbid. Because when they finally get to the lake, I think they run the other dad and his child off the road, and their car explodes. So like Dexter commits vehicular manslaughter, so that they can get to the lake in time. Oh, the one with the kid narrating that's the fanfic episode. Yeah. You are stupid. You are stupid, and don't forget, you are stupid. I can't. I'm pretty sure. For some reason, back in the day, I was under the impression that kid won a contest, but supposedly, I could be wrong about this, but I think they like sent in a tape. And I think the crew found it really funny, and they made something out of it. I could be wrong, misremembering though. There's a whole lot of Cartoon Network trivia that's kind of exited my brain over time, which is unfortunate because that's just like a gold mine of lost media and all kinds of fun stuff. But yeah, that was I love that episode because you can kind of hear the mom reacting in the background as her kid narrates the episode with Computress, and then like Mandark's head becomes the world and then explodes. Just goofy stuff like that. And the fact they made it into like a whole episode was so much fun. I realized I like forgot I was playing RuneScape and just wandering around talking about Dexter's Lab now. It's like all a trip down memory lane, I guess. You know something people used to do heavily? Wait, no, it was in the general store. They changed it to where you couldn't close these doors anymore in OSRS. What people would do, because Varrock and RuneScape, like proper RuneScape back in like 2005, 2006, before the Grand Exchange was added, people would come to the general store and dump off all their items. And the general store would be so full, all these rows would be full of items of people selling stuff. Like, see if you drop something in here, it appears. There's like somebody here dropped a bunch of longbows. But this was a high traffic area, people come in here a lot, so what people would do was just stand and close the door. So somebody would everybody would be trying to leave and come in, and as soon as somebody opened the door, you just close it again. It was just like a subtle way of trolling people, and there were so many people in the building, the way we able to see who was closing the door. You just really irritate the crap out of people. Did we get the Balax from? Yeah. I remember seeing gilded armor in there back in the day and was like, oh wow. The muffin. The dad's trophy joke. Oh, which one was that? Where Dee Dee steals the nuclear core or whatever, and she hides it, and he goes to the neighbor lady's house, and she goes to make cookies, drops them, and has the dad's trophy written on her butt. It seemed like an innocent clue, but as an adult, we look back and see the dad's trophy is written on the woman's butt. They knew what they were doing. That was just priceless. It's one of them shows that you can rewatch as an adult, and you catch all the jokes that you missed as a kid, and you're like, oh, I see what they were going for. Rocko's Modern Life was a cartoon that really, when you were an adult, realized how unhinged that show was. Ren and Stimpy too, but I think Ren and Stimpy you expected to be unhinged. Rocko kind of presented itself as a normal, like, just your average cartoon, like a good cartoon, but like your everyday cartoon. But when you watch it as an adult, you think, God, they really got away with some stuff. Like, they got away with so much. Remember the Bigfoot episode with all the feet scenes? Yeah, they weren't really subtle about that, were they? I think that's the one where Dexter gets into that bear, mechanical bear. What was it? It like turns on the radio and they play a song in the mountain high. A catchy little dream. Yeah, they weren't subtle at all. Like, it's that whole meme about the writer's barely disguised fetish. When I used to watch Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, I noticed that a whole lot. If you ever noticed Dr. Robotnik, any kind of scene of his where he's like playing a piano or like doing something, like he just had the biggest ass in the world. Like whoever was animating that show, like dude butts. Like Robotnik was just like dumpy as heck. I don't know why they did that. I guess it's like for a cartoon, like haha butts funny, but it wasn't as obvious as the Bigfoot feet thing. The dude's ass was too prominent. Yeah, they really like emphasized Eggman's butt. I go back and forth between wanting to call him Eggman and Robotnik. I was going to actually go and bring up a picture on Google of Robotnik's butt, but I feel like it would probably bring up some stuff that would maybe not be too well for my stream. Before I forget, it's a unicorn! There's some people who'd like that. I mean, I'd like that too. Go into the mining area. There's some poison berries. Chicken and run. These actually grow on berries in OSRS. I didn't realize they were just plopped on the ground back in this era. This over here is where people would get lured all the time. The Dark Wizard area. I'm afraid to get close because I'm still so weak. But it's like there's a demon up there called Delrith. And these wizards are aggressive up to a certain level, to like level 15. And basically people would lure new players here all the time. Because new players are like, how do I get the Varag? Where do I go? And you have a high level player like, oh, follow me, I'll show you. And lead them into the circle here, full of these dark wizards who are aggressive and will attack them. And by the time they realize what's going on, they'll already be dead. It was such a mean thing to do. But also would help because sometimes people would taxi off of you. They'd, you can't see it here on me, but you might have saw it on players earlier. There's a follow option. And you can follow other players around, and if you want to lose somebody, you just go to the Dark Wizards and they'll run away. But many people have died to those Dark Wizards, I swear. Is this before they added the... Oh, no, okay, the gap of defense is there, thank goodness. Usually you have to pay a toll to get through the gate into the Al-Kharid Desert. But, if you cut it around through up here, you don't have to worry about it. I might have to worry about scorpions though. I think they're down in the mine. I wish the draw distance was better so you guys could see more how these places look. What were we saying though? Yeah, some cartoons though are really prominent about certain bodily features. Like Avatar, The Last Airbender. The animators, like... I know Toph used her feet for everything, but like they really, the animators really made sure that you noticed that. And there were like some scenes, like some blink and miss moments that I remember people on Twitter back in the day pointing out, or maybe it was Tumblr. But it was like really like, they really weren't subtle at all of what they were trying to achieve there. It's like to each their own. I guess it's all no matter how you perceive it. Ah, the gem trader. Anyway, we're on the Al-Kharid Desert now. Something was afoot. Yeah. Probably other prominent examples like that. But the Dexter Bigfoot one is definitely that. It's almost like kind of awkward to watch. It's one of those cartoons that you watch when nobody's around, but then as soon as like the weird scenes come on, somebody walks in and it's like, oh, what you watching? So back in the day, I used to come to this shop and fawn over this mithril scimitar. You need like level 20 attack to use it, and it's 1,000 coins. Like, wow, I'll never get that. Maybe I'll get there someday. But eventually I did get that and beyond. What was I saying? Well, I lost my train of thought there. That happened a lot though, especially with like anime. When I first watched Sailor Moon back in the day, I found it on some random channel. I was like, oh cool, a cartoon! Because I really sure what anime was. All I saw up at that point was Speed Racer. And for some reason, like my family got really mad. I don't know, my only guess was it was probably during those transformation scenes where Usagi's naked. Like not really, like there's like Barbie doll anatomy. But it could have been one of those moments where it's like anime versus anime when your parents walk in kind of meme. And sometimes it happens with cartoons, like you're watching Dexter's Lab and like next thing you know the whole screen's taken up with Dee Dee's feet. So whatever. That's the palace up there. There's not much to see. I wish the draw distance was better. Mom and Jerry, yeah, I guess that was probably somebody's gateway to Senran Kagura. Yeah, That's not a game to play around family. There are probably some other examples of that, like God of War, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. If you're not worried, if you're not familiar with what the coffee is in that game, but there's a lot of moments like that, like with video games, and I'm losing my train of thought because the music's so freaking loud. Let's see. Let me get out of here. About done with RuneScape there for now. I guess I'll leave my pirate hat on. 1 second here. Eddie's magazines. Yeah, I just watched that. Would they come on today or yesterday? But I remember that episode. Eddie was busy talking about his magazines. I was afraid Kevin was taking them. And you're like, oh. They did that in the movie too, where Double D's talking about a sextant, and then Ed and Eddie start laughing, and then Double D blushes when he realizes what they're talking about. Give me just 1 second. Put that on while we're talking. I mean, I could bring up something else to play, but I'm not really sure what. I mean, I could do a tier list like I was talking about. Let me look at that real quick before I end things off. Let's see. Whoa, what happened there? That was weird. What we do a tier to? Yeah, I thought it was yesterday, yeah. Chicks galore, and it was like an actual chicken. And Double D unfolded that magazine in the attic, and it was just like a mantis. What is Hold on. I really need to organize this better. Okay, well, we're talking about cartoons. Let's do a quick tier list. Some of these I've never seen before, so bear with me. Apple and Onion. This is like an impromptu tier list, don't mind me, we're talking. Where do we start? Samurai Jack S tier. I mean, that cartoon was just fantastic. I could go into a whole lot of detail, but you know, that Aku was one of the best cartoon villains of all time. You can never change my mind on that. Aku was just excellent. Voiced by Mako. That cartoon blew me away. Like, even as a kid, I used to watch all these cool cartoons, and Samurai Jack comes along like, wow, this is what a cartoon can be, huh? Let's see. Extra thick. Yeah. Let's see, what is this? I can't tell. How about... Oops, never watched. I'll just do that for F tier down there. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I can't, what is that? Clarence? Oh, Clarence, not my favorite show. It's one I'd probably leave on. I'll probably tap here because that's, if it comes on TV and I don't feel like changing the channel, I'll just leave it on and listen to it. But it's not something I'm like, ugh. I've never watched Mighty Magic Swords. Mike Lou and Og. It's been a long time since I watched. I remember kind of liking it though. Megas XLR. S tier. That was another show that really blew me away back then. That was such a fun show. Fun protagonists, fun characters, cool action. Chicks dig giant robots. Can I actually get away with... I don't know. I don't want to risk that. I was going to play the theme song, but then knowing my luck, Cartoon Network would like have a conniption. I gotta be honest, I've never watched Ben 10. Camp Lazlo... Oh, excuse me. I'll put that for there for now. I remember liking Camp Lazlo a decent amount. Generator. I've never watched that. Don't know about that. Craig of the Creek is A tier. I don't go out of my way to watch it. Not for any particular reason, I just sometimes I forget, but when it comes on TV, I'm like, this is a really good cartoon. Cow and Chicken's a weird one. It's one of those, it's definitely one of those cartoons that's really awkward to watch in front of your family for a whole lot of reasons. I like the carpet muncher thing. But it genuinely is like a real classic. I can't decide. I'm torn between between A and B. I'll get back to that. Charlie Adler the goat. Yeah, that could carry that whole show. Camp Lazlo, a crazy finale where Lumpus turned out to not be the real Scoutmaster. Can't get it. I've never seen that. Some of these cartoons I really need to go back to check out sometime. Evil Con Carne. It was fine. It was fine, but it's not something I got on my way. It's not as good as Billy and Mandy. Chowder. I've seen Chowder, but not enough to have an opinion. I haven't watched OKKO in a while, but I think that's a pretty decent show. Foster's. Foster's is a weird one. There's a few episodes that I really don't like, and Blue's kind of annoying. But I remember watching that show a lot. I like Craig McCracken. Or did what's her name? Lauren Faust? I should know this. I talk about pony stuff a whole lot, but whatever. Either way, they had something to do with that. That was a pretty fun show. I like the shows like that that capture your kind of a childhood imagination sort of deal. Ed and Eddie was good about that for reasons I'll get into in a moment. Class of 3000, I can't remember. I recognize the name, but I can't remember. Apple and Onion, never seen. Is this Teen Titans Go? The hot take, this isn't like completely unwatchable. It's brain rot, but it's not like I'll put it in a D tier because I don't like hate it, but I don't like to watch it because it's kind of brain rotty and there's only like one good episode. I think the irony was, I think it was the Powerpuff 2016 and Teen Titans Go crossover episode where it's like two negatives make a positive, because I think that episode was the one that was somewhat decent somehow. Wee Baby Bears, I hadn't seen it yet, but I know Susie from Summer Camp Island appears in that, so I'll check that out. Don't know what Take and Seek is. Don't know this. Don't remember that. Don't remember that. Don't remember that. Don't remember that. D tier. Wait, is there a regular Powerpuff one here, or is that? Yeah, okay, it's right there. Victor and Valentino have not watched. We're trying to get these out of the way. Uncle Grandpa, D tier. I'm sorry. For some reason, I think it probably doesn't help that I watched that show when I had the flu one time. And I didn't feel like getting up to get the remote, and I was just stuck watching Uncle Grandpa for like 2 hours straight, and it really like made me mad. I hadn't watched Juniper Lee, but I heard it was decent. I haven't watched Squirrel Boy. I'm trying to get these out of the way. Partner's a Gym Monkey. I haven't watched that in a very long time, so I'll be safe. I'll put it in C tier. I'll probably get crucified for that, but I haven't watched Infinity Train. Which ones? This might shock people. I hadn't watched Steven Universe either. I heard it's great. I just hadn't made time to ever sit down and watch it. I can't tell what that is. Annoying Orange. Oh god. Annoying Orange, D tier. Haven't watched the Transformers cartoon. Haven't watched that. Okay, I think we're narrowed it down to the stuff I have watched. Adventure Time. Excuse me. Had a burp. Adventure Time. I haven't watched every single bit of it. Gotta put my hands down, please. Hi. I haven't watched that heavily. But I watched it enough to know it's a good cartoon. I think if I watched all of it, it'd probably be easy S tier. But as it stands, I'll put it here just to be safe, to keep it a bit balanced. Hi Puffy Amiyumi, one of my favorites. I don't know that I consider it an S tier cartoon though, you know? It's good, I love the cartoon, but I don't know if it really ranks up on the level of like a Samurai Jack. So I'm gonna put that as a high A tier, just because I like Hi Puffy Amiyumi a lot. Oh, and I don't know what that is. Grim and Evil, for reasons, I'll put that in between that because it's kind of later into the, I think that was, did Grim and Evil come first, or was it, I'm pretty sure just regular Billy and Mandy came first and it merged into Grim and Evil. Speaking of which, where is it? Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Man. See, when Billy and Mandy comes on Checkered Past, I kind of get tired of watching it. But it's such a classic. I'm gonna put it in S tier for now. Because it really is just such a classic. Mandy and her, just absolutely hating the world. What you call it? We call that a misanthrope. What would you call her? A sociopath? Psychopath? I don't know. Whatever. She's kind of a mood sometimes. She becomes really like flat out evil sometimes. Billy is a goofball voiced by that guy whose name I can't remember. No. Him, Richard Horvitz. Okay, I just, yeah, it is a classic, and Grimm's such a cool character. It's just a fun cartoon all around. Yeah, Richard Horvitz. Thank you. Sheep in the Big City was something I used to like to watch a whole lot, but it was kind of weird. It's not something I ever have the thing like, oh wow, I really want to go back and watch Sheep in the Big City, you know. But I do remember when it did come on, it was decent. I'd probably put it high C tier because of that, because I don't think it's better than these, but it was an okay show. Whatever happened to Robot Jones? That is kind of a relevant question these days. This was, maybe on the same level, because I didn't like this cartoon as well. But I gotta be honest, I don't remember much of it, because a lot of these cartoons I can think of a lot of key moments from that really stand out in my mind. But Robot Jones, really, other than like the kids being a dick to him at school, I can't really remember but so much. Okay, so what do we do next? Is this the one I'm thinking of? Oh wait, is this the Tartakovsky cartoon? Oh dude, is this the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars? That was just peak Star Wars. Next to the original trilogy, that was like both Clone Wars. Is there another one on this, or you just mean in general? But the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars was just, oh, it was so good. It was our introduction to General Grievous. We saw some awesome action scenes. That cartoon did General Grievous way better than Revenge of the Sith did, in my opinion. Actually, let me put that up here, because I still think Genndy's dominating the S tier right now. Shaggy as a Jedi, yeah, that was funny. I love that. I'm not gonna keep bringing up pictures. You know, you probably know what I'm talking about by now. But yeah, that was just all around a fantastic cartoon. It had that Genndy Tartakovsky stamp of quality to it that you'd expect. Codename Kids Next Door, I'll put that above Billy and Mandy. That when I'm talking about cartoons that capture childhood imagination, Codename Kids Next Door is a prime example, because the big tree house thing, doing all these exciting missions, having a big old club and everything. The weapons they use are very creative. Like, let's see. Can I bring up like some of the weapons they use? Yeah, you like see like the little magnet the board thing, all these things like this. It's all like creative stuff that like a kid or like would think of. It kind of has that magic to it that really, if even if a lot of things weren't grounded in reality, it captured a child's imagination really well. It's like the kind of things you wish you could do. You wish you had that giant treehouse. You wish you had those cool gadgets and teams and such, and do all these exciting missions. And yeah, it has some really cool reveals at the end. I remember that being solid all the way through. I think they were supposed to do a reboot of it, but Mr. Warburton was like turned down by Cartoon Network because they own it now, so he couldn't do what he wanted with like a reboot or like a different take on it, something like that. Kids Next Door did what Biomutant did 20 years later. Yeah, pretty much. It was good. It was good. It had a lot of great moments. We Bare Bears. I kind of want to put this in S tier, but I don't think it's like on the magnitude of some of these cartoons. So I'll put it in high A tier. Just an all-around wholesome, fun cartoon. Great characters. Great art style. Great storytelling. It's an easy cartoon to watch. You can just it's the kind of cartoon you can get cozy with. You turn it on, you feel comfortable. It's just a pleasant cartoon to watch. I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, I wish they'd aired it more, and I'd like to watch it more. So, Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. I have a history with this show. I'm going to put it in B tier. No. A tier. Somewhere in A tier, because this cartoon is unhinged. This cartoon is so unhinged and bizarre, but I love the fact that it's bizarre. It has some of that weird, uncanny, SpongeBob-y, close-up, detailed shots of characters. It had a lot of unhinged quotes, like all greased up and ready to enter, Captain, and goofy stuff like that. It was a really unhinged and goofy and weird cartoon, and I don't really feel like it would have a wide appeal to everybody. But I have a history with it. I have a lot of funny memories with that. I actually have a t-shirt of it. It was a fun cartoon. It's not a cartoon to go out of my way to recommend somebody to watch. It's a niche sense of humor. If you have that kind of sense of humor, you'll love it. If you don't, you'll hate it. That's kind of how that goes. Regular show, I think, is pretty darn good cartoon. I'll put it here somewhere. It's fun. I don't watch it nearly as much as I should, but whenever it comes on, I always enjoy watching it. I noticed one of my family members, I remember it was on TV one time and they saw it and they hated it. And they're like, "What is this?" I think it was like a butt. Somebody had a butt showing or something. And they like flipped out and turned the station. Whatever. Anyway, I Am Weasel. Would this factor in separately from Cow and Chicken? I liked I Am Weasel. I'll put that in alongside with Grim and Evil. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I'll put that along there because that was a fun cartoon. You don't need pants for the victory dance. Yeah, I'll put that somewhere in there. So I like that cartoon a lot. I think I like it better than Mike, Lou, and Og. I think Cow and Chicken's... Oh, wait. I don't know. I'm gonna, like, mutually put Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel both in A tier because they're such classics. Charlie Adler is fantastic as a voice actor. He carried the whole show. The unhinged sense of humor is prevalent here too. There's a lot of memorable moments like that Sail Cat song and jokes like what was it they said, like, "Oh, I'm coming for your uvula," or something stupid like that. But it's such a classic cartoon. It's definitely one of the cartoons that's awkward to watch with your family around when you're a kid, but when you could get in to watch it, it had just such a crazy, unhinged sense of humor that really appealed to me. Johnny Bravo. Oh, that's also such a just timeless classic. You probably couldn't get away with that kind of cartoon nowadays. But it was just a lot of fun. Johnny Bravo's crazy escapades into going after women and everything. Wait. And, well, he had some interesting dates sometimes. Needless to say. I swear I'm not biased in bringing this up if you look at me. I'm not bringing this up because... anyway. But yeah, he had like dates like that. And there was another time we like dated a werewolf. I forgot she could drive. That was so funny. Anyway, there was also the episode with Donny Osmond. Don't you suss me. Yeah, Johnny Bravo dated an antelope. That was such a funny episode. Oh, my arms. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the Donny Osmond episode. That was... and he like floated away like Mary Poppins at the end of it, and it actually was Donny Osmond voicing it. Pretty sure. That was a lot of fun. That's like one of my mom's favorite cartoons. She liked Donny Osmond a whole lot. She still does, but I'm about to bring that episode up to her later, see if she remembers them. I'm pretty sure she does, because she loved that one. But yeah, Johnny Bravo is timeless. Pilot episode was a lot of fun. A lot of crazy shenanigans in there. And then like when it actually became a series, you had the characters like Carl and Pops and Johnny Bravo's mom, total mama's boy, and Susie, and I forget if there's anybody else, but was he the cartoon that had the bear with the VCR, like the bear that couldn't sleep? And for some reason, like there was some joke with the VCR because like VCRs were so hard to set the clocks on. so it was like a whole gag about him not being able to sleep. Anyway, yeah, that was the bear I'm thinking of. I haven't watched Johnny Bravo in a long time, but it's classic. Time Squad, as a cartoon, I was really fond of when it was out. Right as I said, you quote Tud Russell. Yeah, what was that? Buck Tud Russell, the Larry 3000. Buck Tud Russell, Larry 3000. Otto Osworth? Otto Osworth, that has to be his name. There's no way. Otto, yeah, okay, thank you. God, see, my brain does work sometimes. This cartoon was so much fun. But unfortunately, it's one of them ones I hadn't seen in a very long time. I might be willing to throw in an S tier if I had seen it recently and remember why I like it so much. But I remember it was such a fun cartoon at the time. It's hard to explain that because it's been so long since I watched it. I don't have the clearest memories of what it was like, what like episodes there were. But I had the memory of knowing that I liked it a lot. So for now, I'll put it... Oh, wrong one. I'll put it somewhere up here with Puffy Amiyumi. Okay, we're getting into some heavy hitters now. Summer Camp Island. Do I like it more than Kids Next Door? No. I mean, I do. It's debatably. It depends on your preference. I'd probably put them equal. This is kind of just putting in tiers anyway. I don't really have to order them. But Summer Camp Island, Susie McAllister is one of my favorite cartoon characters of all time. I love this cartoon. When it premiered, Cartoon Network spent the entire first 2 seasons, I believe it was, over the course of a weekend. So I sat there watching it the entire weekend. Just constantly had the TV on Cartoon Network, even as the episodes started to replay. Every time the intro would come on, it had just such a calming effect to it. The characters, the art style, the pacing of it, the overall feeling of the show is just a very calming show. And as time goes on, it just delved more into Susie's backstory as she kind of became like the main character. Oscar's the main character, but it kind of became the Susie show, which is perfect for me as a Susie's #1 fan. Here to here. You heard it here, folks. But honestly, I may bump that up a bit. But yeah, Summer Camp Island is one of them shows that even on come on, OBS. OBS is glitching out again. Sorry about that. Anyway, after like having it on for an entire weekend, I was like, I want to watch more of it. Like, I just kept it on for background noise and cherished it the whole time it was on. It was such a cozy experience, and it's a cartoon I definitely recommend everybody to watch. And thankfully, Cartoon Network saved it from the clutches of HBO Max when they dumped all their shows and movies to get a tax cut. And Summer Camp Island pretty much was thrown in the garbage because of it, but luckily it was rescued and we got to see the final seasons. I think most of the rest are STR. I mean, yeah, basically. I was kind of getting these out the way first and kind of building my way up because Amazing World of Gumball, I absolutely adore this cartoon. I think it kind of had tapered off in later seasons where it kind of started to get weird. Gumball is a very aesthetically pleasing show for a show that has such a crazy mismatch of art styles. Hold on. There was such a wide range of art styles. You had like the realistic background. This T-Rex looks 3D. That's like 3D looking, but he's got like 2D back here. That character's made out of paper. That character's a balloon. That's like realistic toast. But it all worked. Something about it, I don't know why this Frankenstein concoction of art styles works so well, but this show is very aesthetically pleasing, and I'm so envious of the fact they pulled that look off so well. It just looks nice. At least to me, I think that might be an edit. But I really like this show. Really fun sense of humor. It's another one of those shows I can put on and just leave on for hours on end and not get tired of it. Nicole, the parents, and Nicole and all of them are all fun characters. Darwin, all of them. Richard, Anais. See, I remember who they are. But no, that's a really fun cartoon. I love that a lot. Also, welcome back. We're doing tier lists right at the moment. I don't know if I'll do another one after this since it's starting to get late. And I've been live for 2 hours now, but I'm doing a Cartoon Network tier list. But anyway, that's my probably have more to say about Gumball. But anyway, overall, that's the thing. I like the sense of humor. I like the arts, the whole concoction of art styles. It's a pleasant show to watch. It's funny. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Teen Titans, that's a heavy hitter. This, oh man, that's a big one. Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, funnily enough, was the theme song was sang by Puffy Amiyumi. So that was technically my first introduction to them, and I think that's how they got their own show. That's because what's his face from Cartoon Network was a fan of them. But Teen Titans, oh man, Robin, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, all of them. I feel like that series left on a cliffhanger. But God, that was back then. We had I think it was Justice League. That was a great cartoon, but this was like, in my opinion, maybe an even better cartoon. Something about it just hit right. It was so good. The characters were good, the action was good, the character interactions were good, the art style was great. Overall, just excellent cartoon, excellent action cartoon, great theme song, everything about it. I can't really do an in-depth review of these because it's been a while since I watched a lot of these. There's my hand again, sorry about that. But how cracked Robin was. Yeah, for real, he was like OP in that, wasn't he? And Raven, what was that? Azarath Metreon Zinthos. I'm not doing impressions, I'm just quoting. But Raven was my favorite character from that. She was really cool. All of them were just fantastic characters in that. All of them so memorable. And Tara was like the unofficial Remember Starfire and her mustard? Yeah, she was obsessed with mustard. All the characters, they were really just fun characters. They all had their own distinction to them that made them stand out. Lost my train of thought there. Basically, you know how in a lot of shows, sometimes all the characters just kind of like, yeah, they're different, but they all just kind of mesh together after a while. In Teen Titans, they feel like they all felt very distinct. Like their personalities and everything were just set in stone. They really kept it consistent. Raven's magic words sound like a variation of iconic line from Plan 9 for Outer Space. Plateau of Rani Nikto. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, which heavy hitter do we tackle next? Oh man, let's do Courage. Courage, Courage has got to go way up here. Courage the Cowardly Dog is one of the best cartoons ever made. Changed my mind. I like the memes where people say we all grew up watching psychological horrors when we were kids, and technically we did. Is this stupid one? He opened the box, yes. You know, my favorite quote from Shirley was the stupid one. You're stupid, right? And Courage is like, mm-hmm. Yeah, and the giant squirrel where they're with the like the fish dude. Where it's like, what about you, Eustace? And Eustace is just getting ravaged by a giant squirrel out of nowhere. He's getting completely blindsided. The show had a perfect mix of like psychological horror, visual horror, but it also had a charm to it, like a cozy charm to it with the characters. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of memorable memes and songs and things. Like mentioned in the chat, the Return to Slab, the Man in Gauze, the Man in Gauze. In fact, I mean, oh, you get the idea. That Doc Gerbil's World, yeah, that's way better than Doc Gerbil's World. Doc Gerbil's World, oh my god, let me see if this is on here. I love this clip from this episode.
Now, by special request, Happy Birthday by JP. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, Happy Birthday!
1, 2, 3, 4, Happy Birthday! I always forget to send that to people on their birthday. But that's so much fun. Oh, I lost my space. Turn it down a little bit. But yeah, anyway, Courage has so many memes, so many iconic villains like Freaky Fred, Le Quack, and Cats especially is one of like the coolest cartoon villains. It's just, I'm gonna go back to this again, Cats theme. Oh, dude, this. Where's the part? There it is. The character design is peak villain. It's such a cool design. I envy that they designed that character. Theme is so iconic and cool and haunting. He's such perfect voice. But this is, I'm not ranking villains. I knew this is why I say these for last, because I knew I would be gushing about them for a while. The Mafia Foot, the I like, again, the snowman episodes. I swear I've seen those so much. The damn snowman. Also, one the Hunchback of Nowhere. That was a really super wholesome episode. The Magical Tree of Nowhere. That episode made me sad as a kid because I like that tree a lot. I think that tree was voiced by Peter Fernandez too, which was the voice of Speed Racer. You, sir, are bald. Yeah, the Hunchback. What was the other episode I was going to mention? Oh, and that Remembrance of Courage Past. I've seen that so many times. It's such a depressing episode. And Perfect, where it has that, you're not perfect. The general in his second command. That general in the second command was, I love those two. There's crazy, just slapstick nonsense. That was so much fun. You go on all day about like the Flan dude. Flan. Oh, stupid OBS is crapping out again. I don't know why it's doing this. It didn't do this at all the other night. The Kitty Up. Oh god, the Kitty Up. The episode where Courage saves Bunny from Mad Dog and reunites her with Kitty. Those two were totally in love, by the way. They say best friends, but you know they were totally in love. And it makes it all the more wholesome. But golly, that episode was dark. I didn't realize as a kid that episode was all about domestic violence and abuse. Like, oh, that was a dark topic for a kid's show to handle, but they handled it perfectly. Like, so elegantly. And with such a happy ending, the This Is For Kids episode. They really got away with a lot. The evil package. I used to have nightmares about the windmill vandals. I don't know why, because the windmill vandals creep me out because when the windmill stopped turning, it's that feeling of helplessness because what do you do to get the windmill going again? And these things are coming out of nowhere to come and kill you, and they're hell-bent on chasing you. They were so scary. And I think that helplessness gave me nightmares about them. And then there was Eustace's mother, excuse me. Kick him in the dish pan, woo woo. And the eggplant. Watch where you're going, you fool. That guy was funny. What was the banana episode? That one was kind of unhinged. There's not really many episodes that I don't like. The one with the bug eating the rancid broccoli, that was kind of weird. I make you different. I don't think so, you fool. My favorite episode is Tower of Dr. Jalos, though. That was such a good episode. Everything about that Dr. Jalos theme. Oh man. Come on, that Little Muriel, yeah. I am hungry. Oh wait, golly, sorry about that. I'll blow your ears off with Dr. Jalos. Yeah. Little Muriel did a reference that I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. And I'm going to blow chunks. That's one of my favorite lines in the whole show. And more macaroni. Too much macaroni. More cheese. I hate macaroni and cheese. Where's some other moments? I don't know. But yeah, in the Spirit of the Harvest Moon, I watched that episode today. That's so creepy. And also Peter Fernandez voiced that too. Once again, for those who don't know, that was Speed Racer. Haha. Yeah, Courage is just a masterpiece of a show. Perfect balance of horror and comedy, and just one of the best things to ever come out on Cartoon Network. And now, Muriel's indifferent. Oh yeah, Muriel is such a sweet lady, but she hates Ma, Eustace's mother. It's like, I'm not going to see that woman. And Eustace's like, are you sure you don't want to go? And she just gives him this dirty look. Anyway, what heavy hitter should we do next? Powerpuff Girls. Whoops. I'm torn on whether I want to put it. See, this is where I get stuck. I don't know if I want to put it higher than Courage or what. Let's just consider those even for now, like we did with Jack and Clone Wars. We're saying, oh yeah. But yeah, Powerpuff Girls. Anybody who knows me knows I like the Powerpuff Girls a whole lot. One of my favorite cartoons as a kid, and I think it's one of the ones because I kind of liked girly stuff as a kid. But it was one of those shows that appealed to everybody. Like everybody watched Powerpuff Girls. Like it seemed like a girl show, but boys watched it too. Everybody watched it, and I think, and aside from Dexter getting Ego Trip, that movie, Powerpuff Girls became such a pop culture phenomenon that it wound up in the like movie theaters and everything, and that was crazy. The introduction is sang by a, I'm pretty sure they're Swedish band called Biss. I'm not sure if I can get away with playing that on Biss was on like Jet Set Radio Future, and they also have a lot of albums and such. They're a great band. But anyway, Powerpuff Girls is one of the shows that appealed to everybody. Once again, a great mix of action, bit of comedy here and there, the slice of life stuff, great character design, great art style, many memorable episodes and villains like Mojo Jojo. What was Fuzzy Lumpkins, Princess, him was like such a terrifying villain as a kid. That was a fantastic villain. Can I even bring up the Powerpuff theme without getting crucified by wait, let me I don't know if I can get away with should be okay. But this thing by Biss. I guess my hand again. Gangrene Gang, the Amoeba Boys, I'm a Good Lady, Sedusa, the Clown Turned Mime. That clown, that mime, it was like causing so much chaos, they actually managed to save him and turn him good again. He was all happy, and then the girls start beating the crap out of him and then throw him in jail. They always felt so unfair. The Smith family. Does anybody want to play jacks after dinner? I shouldn't put this on, so now I'm going to be jamming to it. God, this theme song is so good. Abyss has played this a few times at concerts, but I think they had to stop because I think Time Warner or whoever was like, don't do that. And there'd be no fun allowed and wouldn't allow them to play it at concerts anymore. Like, they wrote the song. Anyway, this show was fantastic, full of so many memorable action scenes and villains. All that stuff like that. Stinky. Ooh, Stinky? Oh, you're talking about the theme playing concerts. Anyway, I could go into more detail about that, but I love all the characters, love all the villains, all the episodes, love the movie, theme song. And we're going to put Dexter possibly up here because this one... Hold on, it's hard to think with vocals. I can't think when there's vocals going. Dexter's Laboratory are for reasons I went into earlier in the stream, so I don't have to go into this because I know y'all are getting tired. But just an absolute fantastic classic cartoon. Another Gendy Tartakovsky classic. The first one of his I saw. First one most of us probably saw too. It might be his first ever. I can't remember. But that's just purely timeless. When I think of Cartoon Network, Dexter's one of the first things to come to mind. Absolute masterpiece of a show. For the first 2 seasons, when Chris Savino took over, it kind of got really poopy. Dexter's a cookie. Yeah, we talked about the parrot episode earlier when I was on RuneScape still. And lastly, the magnum opus. Save this for last. The magnum opus of Cartoon Network. Nothing else compares. Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Come on. Buttered toast. Ed and Eddie is probably the best cartoon ever made, in my opinion. That's a bold statement because I know it's just haha comedy cartoon. There's probably some pretentious cartoon out there that everybody thinks is better. But God, I was so attached to this cartoon as a kid. I remember one time as a kid, this came on in the morning and we were going to go out shopping like we usually would. and we were left earlier than usual, and I really wanted to stay and watch Ed, Edd, and Eddy, as I remember, because it was the episode where Eddie couldn't talk, and they like locked him in the room with the fridge, thinking he was hot. And I remember like I got like depressed in the car ride because I'm like, I wanted to watch Ed, Edd, and Eddy. God, I never got tired of the show. Ed, and Eddy. Rolf is like one of the funniest cartoon characters there is. I always want to know if they actually scripted him or if they like winged his dialogue the whole time, because that was just like such a freaking hilarious character. All his dialogue, I can't do it justice. If I don't do Rolf's voice, then the quotes won't be done justice, but like Rolf's giant wiener will fetch a pretty penny at the local fair. My parents took the stairs down because I'm grounded. That's disturbing. Oh my god, I could talk all day about this. My favorite Ed is Double D because I kind of relate to him. The introvert, the kind of like to think the smart one. Like usually, like in friend groups, I was always like the Double D, where the others were doing stupid stuff, and I'm like the ones sitting it out. Or being the one to like tell them not to do that. Not to be a no fun allowed, but I'm like talking about like when they were trying to do dangerous stuff. But Ed, and Eddy, as I was talking about earlier, is when I talk about shows that capture a child's imagination. The stop sign meme, yeah, exactly. Or the where your friends are about to do something stupid, where you kind of want to see what happens. I also like that Double D's so snarky, like he doesn't miss a chance to make fun of Eddie. But when I was saying about capturing a child's imagination, we think about episodes like, say, the Canadian Squirt Gun, the one where they make the cardboard city. That's one of my personal favorites. The Treehouse again. The where they have the in the junkyard having the space adventure, and they got that van with the shag carpet and everything. See, stuff like that is stuff that kind of takes me back to being a kid, because you like cardboard boxes were so fun, junkyards were fun. It got into the head of a child to where the things that the characters get into are things that you like, that you yourself could see yourself doing as a kid, but like on a grander scale, like on a cartoonish scale. Like you couldn't possibly do a cardboard city, but you could see them do it, and it was very imaginative. And Urban Rangers, they were fun. And there were so many classic lines, like what Deli said in the chat, where Eddie shouting, "I'm a minor, stop!" What's that other? Life has many doors, Ed boy. Again, I can't do a Rolf voice, so it doesn't do the it drops those nuts. Had a discipline. Do you live in a cave? Rolf is one of them characters that can like really steal a show sometimes. I don't know what I consider my personal favorite episode. The Creek Cruise was freaking hilarious. Eddie's Creek Cruise. And with Double D playing that steel pedal guitar that he claims to hate, but he just like completely, I can't breathe. That's the quote where they put the stink bong, the stink bong. Oh my god, the stink bomb out into the neighborhood, and it blows up. Can I actually find a clip of that? Double D's delivery on that. Oh my god. The sound design in this show is top notch. Sorry. Oh my god. The way Mungo stink bomb. His delivery there was just perfect. But that's the other thing though. Ed and Eddy, that's the best sound design of probably any cartoon ever. Case in point. And hold on. Pig, buffing pig. This is the best one.
Who's that good-looking guy?
Hopefully Cartoon Network doesn't crucify me for playing this close, but oh my god. This stupid pig's face too, it just sells it.
That good-looking guy.
The show definitely had the best sound design. Like any kind of moment throughout the cartoon when you're watching it, there's going to be some subtle noise in the background. Like when Kevin rides his bike and there's like a subtle motorcycle sound. There's always some kind of sound effect going on. That sound design is just top notch, and it really emphasizes how important that sound design is in the cartoon like that. Oh, the episode where Ed's sleepwalking and ate Jim. Oh my god. I feel like the first 2 or maybe 3 seasons of Ed and Eddie are just like the best thing to ever come on Cartoon Network, period. But like the seasons after that kind of maybe weren't as good, but they were still, compared to everything else, were still top notch. And the movie was probably one of the best ways that you could ever possibly end off a cartoon series. It just wrapped up so many loose ends, except for Double D's hat, like they claimed it would. But we got to see Eddie's brother. It had a happy ending for the Eds. Everything. It just, they wrapped that series up perfectly. They couldn't have possibly done a better ending to that series. Like even if you think it wasn't as good, there was. Even if you don't think it was the best it could have been, there wasn't anything they could have done to make it better than what it was. Ed and Eddie's Big Picture Show, that fantastic movie, fantastic way to end a fantastic series. Except Johnny 2x4. Well, yeah. What do you expect from Johnny 2x4? I mean, but is Johnny 2x4 really the crazy one, or is Plank putting him all up to it? That's the big question. Yeah, Plank's a great character. Luckily, we were preparing for this day, huh, Plank? Oh, yeah, where they flood the cul-de-sac. No. That was the one with the bunnies. Where the bunnies start reproducing like crazy. Oh, that was really funny. I could go on and on. Ed and Eddie, top of the top. Nothing can top it. Especially on Cartoon Network, there's nothing better than Ed and Eddie. You can't change my mind on that. That was just peak Cartoon Network, peak cartoon in general. And man, unless you guys have some other moments from the show that you would like to share. I feel like there was a moment I'm forgetting about. Edland, where they had that little zoo, or like a little park. I think they were talking about putting a petting zoo. But I remember it was Edland, and I remember a long time ago I tried to make a fan site when I was a kid, and I called it Edland. I took like a screenshot somehow. I found a screenshot of Edland, and I put it like up in the corner. So that was like baby's first fan site. I never did anything with that. Like this is welcome to Edland, and had like a picture there, and had like an under construction GIF, and never did anything with it. Like most fan sites I ever made. The taco with crayon shrines and paper plates to cut burner cells. My best friend Plank. Yeah, Double D is my favorite character, especially the Eds. Rolf's fantastic. All the characters, like even as intolerable as Sarah can be, all the characters are done in such a way. And I meant to say that about Courage. Like Eustace is like a butthole, but something about the way of his attitude, and in a way sometimes relate to him. You kind of understand where it's coming from. And that's kind of the case with some of the characters. Why do I keep dropping connection? Yeah, like even like the lesser like characters, like the Kanker sisters, they have their own comedic value to them, and their sisterly bond and everything. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading chat. Yeah. Eustace had some moments like that where you really could connect with them. But hold on, let me yeah, and imagine the armpits. It's firing, chicken's firing. Oh man, I'm like disconnecting like crazy now and I don't know why. Anyway, unless you can think of something else, that pretty much will sum up the RuneScape stream and this impromptu tier list. And I kind of wish I had done like a proper recording because the connection keeps cutting out. So it's a really scuffed stream, like I said. But either way, thank you guys for watching me play RuneScape earlier and jamming out the Sea Shanty 2 with me and watching me disconnect constantly on this scuffed stream and accompanying me on this tier list here. This was a lot of fun. And this was an excuse to reminisce about some old cartoons after what we talked about earlier. And so I'll leave it at that for now. I'll take my pirate hat off after this. But for now, yeah, dorks! But for now, it's getting late. It's really later than I thought I was going to stream. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys thank you for watching. I'm glad all of you could be here. It was really fun talking to you all and hearing what you had to say. Had a lot more people turn up than I expected, so that was pleasant. So for now, I'll say goodnight. Take care. Good night. Thanks for watching. And bye-bye.